If you're serious about finding smarter, more profitable options trades, Option Samurai and Barchart might seem like your top two choices, but picking between them blindly is exactly how you pick the wrong tool. After thoroughly testing both of them, I actually uncovered one of the platforms that has features that can genuinely supercharge your edge, and another that might quietly limit your growth. So, which one actually gives you the winning advantage? Let's break it all down. Choosing between Option Samurai and Barchart comes down to one fundamental question. Do you want a dedicated tool or a complete trading ecosystem? From my experience, Option Samurai is built with one primary goal in mind, to simplify options screening, and that's pretty much it. It's laser focused on giving you a clean, uncluttered path to finding potential trades. The interface feels intuitive, especially if you're newer to options. The focus is on removing noise and all that extra stuff, which is fantastic for building confidence and really narrowing in on what you want without everything distracting you. I found that it gets you to a trade idea quickly without overwhelming you. Barchart, on the other hand, is built for market context. It's not just an options scanner, it's a full market research platform. When you log into Barchart, you're getting a toolbox for stocks, ETFs, futures, commodities, and deep options data. Its strength is in its connection. You don't just find an options play in a vacuum, right? You can see the unusual options activity, you can check the weighted alpha of the underlying stock, analyze its chart with powerful tools, and read the latest news, all within the same ecosystem. It's for the traders who ask why before they ask what. But don't just take my word for it. The broader market sentiment echoes this. When I was researching, I saw this fantastic review that nailed Barchart's value, calling it an incredible amount of information at your fingertips and a steal compared to some other services, especially praising its coverage of everything from crypto to stock. So that versatility is exactly what I experienced and what I was looking for. For Option Samurai, a site like daytraderreview.com perfectly described its appeal, stating that it puts user experience first, offering a streamlined design that leaves out a lot of the bells and whistles. This makes Option Samurai more approachable for beginner options traders. So the key bias in the Option Samurai versus Barchart comparison I think is pretty clear from the start, and that's simplicity versus depth. One streamlines your entry into option scanning, and the other aims to deepen your entire market analysis process. This foundational difference bleeds into every single feature, which is what we'll cover next. The features are where the Barchart versus Option Samurai comparison gets really interesting, right? And it's where I formed my strongest opinions during testing, because what you actually use, the tools, that's where it all comes down to. So starting with Barchart, the feature set is massive, so I'll focus on the ones that actually impacted my own analysis and what I used most. So first, the weighted alpha. This isn't just another random metric. So in my use, Barchart's weighted alpha became a quick, powerful filter for momentum. It measures a stock's growth over the past year, but puts more weight on recent activity. Then there are the Barchart trade picks. As a Premier member, you get a daily top stock pick based on their proprietary trading signals' 5 years performance. I started watching these pretty closely. It's not about blindly following it, don't do every single one it suggests, but use it as a high probability idea generator. It often highlights stocks with clear technical breakouts or fundamental catalysts. For an options trader, this is gold. A strong stock pick from a reliable system is the perfect starting point to then use Barchart's option screener to find the right option strategy and then narrow it down even further. It connects the dots between market analysis and options execution. Speaking of a screener, the found on filters for options screeners is a genius feature that saves so much time. Instead of building a complex scan from scratch, you can start your options search based on stocks that are already on powerful bar chart lists, like performance leaders, most active, or stocks with upcoming earnings. In practice, this means that you could find option plays on the market's strongest momentum stocks in seconds. It leverages the entire bar chart ecosystem to make your options screening smarter. For those who like to follow smart money, the historical unusual options activity tool is a real game changer. While many sites show today's unusual activity, Barchart Premier lets you go back in time all the way to mid-2020. So why does this matter? Because you can actually test theories with it. You can see if large block trades in a stock weeks ago preceded a big move. This historical context is invaluable for validating strategies, something I found missing in other competitors. Specific tools like the covered calls screener and highest implied volatility options page are also incredibly polished. The covered call screener lets you filter not just by yield, but by ex-dividend date, technical rating, and plenty more, giving you a genuinely high-quality shortlist. The high IV page is perfect for finding potential premium selling opportunities, but two of my favorite features are flip charts and the Barchart Market Momentum Index. Flip charts lets you scroll through symbols in a list using a live chart view. Sounds simple, but for rapid visual analysis, it's unmatched. The Barchart Market Momentum Index is an exclusive broad market health indicator that I now check daily. Before placing any trade, seeing if the overall market momentum is bullish or bearish adds a crucial layer of risk management. This is the kind of macro context that a serious trader needs, and they need to be able to see it on first glance. And all of this practical value, all these features and more, is echoed in the user communities and the reviews. So, for example, when researching real user opinions, I came across a telling Reddit thread on Barchart. One user asked if the Barchart Premier subscription was worth it if there's more option stats that you can use from it. And the replies were very revealing. One user stated that he used Barchart Premier to look at options data, and it's improved his training and his progress greatly. While another added a key point about ROI, stating that if you play right, you can recover the whole yearly subscription cost in a single day. So this sentiment and plenty of other reviews aligns with viewing it as an investment for better research. Alright, now let's look at Option Samurai's key features. Its scenarios engine is the standout here. It lets you model profit and loss if the underlying stock moves to a specific price by expiration. So it sounds a little complicated, but it basically lets you track things really closely. During my tests, it was pretty intuitive for me as a beginner to the app to understand the risk, right? And I understand more of those topics, but if you're a beginner and just learning, it helps you understand the why and the risk behind things. The analyst recommendation and target price filters are really solid for adding a fundamental layer to scans as well. Their value on strike metrics, like PE on strike, are a genuinely unique idea, translating stock fundamentals to option strike prices. This is particularly clever for selling options, helping you gauge if assignments would leave you with a fairly valued stock. Their technical analysis engine renders indicators in real time during scans, and the stock score, which is a 1 to 10 fundamental grade, helps quickly filter for quality. These are strong features for a dedicated scanner. They show Option Samurai is really thinking deeply about options trading. And this sentiment is again backed by its users. On Reddit, a potential user asked if the tool was any good for getting into selling options, and a respondent affirmed that he uses it for screening naked short puts with a specific high probability filter and reported a 90% win rate. Well, that I guess shows it works well for a focused strategy for this individual, and it depends on your strategy, but it works for them. But of course, neither of these platforms is going to be perfect for everyone, right? So to be completely transparent in this Barchart versus Option Samurai comparison, let's actually talk about the downsides that you should know before signing up. For Option Samurai, the most common critique is in its minimalist design. The clean interface that helps beginners can feel limiting if you're an advanced trader. It's built for clarity and speed, not for endless customization and deep tool use. So if your trading evolves into more highly nuanced strategies, you might actually feel more boxed in. So that's not a bug with the platform. It's a design choice. It's meant for more so beginners to intermediate. Just know what you're signing up for, right? Now for Barchart, the main downside that I've seen is kind of the opposite problem. It's its sheer scope and depth. One user mentioned that the instruction wasn't clear when trying to access specific data like intraday history for them. And I understand that feeling. Like with so much power, knowing exactly where to find everything or where to look or what tools to use can take probably a couple days of exploration, right? It's not always immediately intuitive because it's doing so much and there's a lot of options. So this isn't also a flaw in the data or the tools, but it's a process during the onboarding. So my advice, use their help documentation. The learning investment pays off massively, and it gets you to know what you're doing ahead of time. When it comes to pricing, Option Samurai operates on a straightforward subscription model for its scanning platform. You're paying for a dedicated, capable options tool. Barchart Premier, however, is priced as an all-access pass to a massive financial data library. Many users, myself included, feel that the fee is reasonable given the breadth of tools that you get. So if you want to get the most accurate, up-to-date pricing, because they always change, and you want to see that there's a special offer, maybe a promotion going on, anything available, make sure to check the links in the description of this video to learn more. I'll always keep that updated for you. So, after this deep dive, what is the final verdict in the Option Samurai versus Barchart showdown? Well, it's not that simple, right? If you're a complete beginner in options trading and you want the simplest, fastest path to generating basic trade ideas without any distraction and just simplicity and ease of use, then Option Samurai is a competent and well-designed starting point, and it'll get you where you want to go. However, if you're really more serious about trading, if you view options as one strategic tool within a broader market understanding, and you want all that extra depth and all of those tools and all of that information, then Barchart is the clear superior choice here. Check the link in the description of this video to get started.